Hey guys, Crypto Mike here with the mic check. 1 2 1 2. Is this thing on? Please hit the thumbs ups, the subscribe, and the notification bell right down there. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright guys, so I've got a lot to cover. The main thing I want to cover is the announcement coming out. There's a few other things too, but the announcement on severe restrictions of cryptocurrencies coming out by the Trump administration. Okay, I think it's a big deal. Now, what do I think? Based on what Steven Mnuchin, the U.S. Secretary of Treasury, said about it, is that I think privacy coins are going to get hit. Okay, and I think regular decentralized blockchains like Bitcoin are going to get hit. Now, I think other ones that have been within regulatory, compliance since the get-go, like XRP, I think those are going to be just fine. And I'm pretty excited about it, actually. Although XRP does not make up my whole portfolio, so I don't know. Some of my coins might get hit, some of them might not. But okay, will this announcement is imminent? Apparently, it's imminent. Will it actually be something that will move price? Will it move the price, guys? I'm not sure. A lot of times we think there's going to be this huge announcement. A lot of times we don't see any price movement, even though we're expecting it. All right, we're expecting it, so we're just waiting for that one drop, but you guys, things are changing, and I still believe, even though we've been waiting 2 years for some crazy announcement, I still believe that it could come. There could be a really big announcement, and XRP really could react to the announcement news. Let's go down here. I retweeted a few things I want to show you. Go follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. All right, by the way, the People's Bank of China has ordered banks to take used banknotes out of circulation and disinfect them to fight the spread of COVID-19. By the way, COVID-19, when you put it in the gematria, it equals Vechain. Just letting you know. The disinfected cash will also need to be kept in quarantine for 7 to 14 days. CBDC to the rescue. It would be a great time for the CBDC to be recognized as an equivalent to the cash that could actually, look, you're not handling it at all. You're doing what you normally do. You're going on your phone. Banks are using these as electric money. They're already doing it, but this is going to be a little different because it's going to be quicker. It's going to be a little more, it's going to be on the blockchain, all that. And I believe XRP will be there to bridge these CBDCs between countries. But this is something I was talking about right after we heard about the coronavirus. I was tweeting it out saying, hey, what about cash? Cash is a great way to spread filth, to spread germs. Cash has more germs on it than a toilet seat. This is a great way to spread some virus, but then it's also a great way to clamp government control on cash, quarantine it, disinfect it or whatever, and then, introduce the solution, right? They've already had the solution, okay? They probably had it for years and years and years, and then they let us know about it, okay? They announced it, it's in the news. Now they have a problem for which the solution will actually solve. It provides a good solution to this problem of fiat cash. Now, it might be a trickle-down effect. It might last for longer than 7 to 14 days. Maybe they'll take cash permanently. I don't know. This real XRP boy says, what's so hard to understand, XRP fundsters? Is it out of fear, perhaps jealousy? You make unfounded claims. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's fear. I think Bitcoin maxis really just, I think they really kind of are caught in this old, F the banks kind of way of like, hey, we're taking our power back. And it's not that simple. It really isn't. Bitcoin will survive even if the US makes laws against buying it, makes it very hard to get into Bitcoin. I don't know if they will, but if they do, it'll still survive because it's a global phenomenon. However, the ones that the US government, especially because the US is very powerful, the ones that the US government actually sides with are going to succeed, right? But I think Bitcoin maxis just don't, they're really caught up in their one coin is the best. I mean, I don't know about that. That's why I'm well diversified. I don't think one coin is better than the rest because there's a lot of different use cases. There's a lot of different factors that go into making the decision to buy a certain asset. All right. And there's a few in my portfolio. Let me go look. Let's take a look at my portfolio. There's a few in my portfolio that are risky. Yeah. Oh, cool. Wait. I didn't know I could do it sideways. That's the first time that's ever happened. Blockfolio is weird. Anyways, go there just to get rid of that. Okay, then we'll go back over here. All right, so Chainlink, I'm not worried about them. Okay, they've been within compliance of regulations. XRP, I'm not worried. It's been within compliance of regulations. Now, these are down a lot, guys. They're dumping hard. Look at that, 20% down. I see that as a good opportunity to buy. I really do. I see it. And look at my UOS is the only one up. Oh, and RSR. I've been talking about both of those. UOS, guys, I told you guys, I was hedging. When everything else was up, I was taking little bits and pieces, putting it in UOS. Look how high it look where it's going now. It's a great hedge. UOS seems to go up when everything else goes down, and that's why I like it. And you guys, UOS is look at Unibright, it's up 1700% in the last month or something like that. It's crazy. But I believe UOS is going to be like that. All right. The first two main partnerships were AMD and Ubisoft. That's huge. And EOS is a block producer. Ubisoft is a block producer. But what I'm thinking, guys, is it's a great time to get in. It's not financial advice. I can't give you financial advice, but I bought more XRP, so I think it's at a great resistance. I even took some photos. I'm gonna show you real quick, and I'll show you why I think it's at a good time to buy. I don't think Bitcoin is gonna go below $9,600. I really don't, because look what happened over here. And we're talking about Bitcoin because XRP is it's following Bitcoin right now. Until regulation clarity comes out, we're going to be following Bitcoin probably. So now the coronavirus seems to have been propelling Bitcoin. Now there was the U.S. embassy in Baghdad was hit by, it was smoking, it was hit by rockets yesterday. That's another, we're not hearing about it too much, but if we do have another World War III scare, that'll propel Bitcoin up again. I think that'll propel Bitcoin up even more. I don't think it's going to go below 9,600. I believe sometime this afternoon, probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours from now, we'll start to see it creeping up, and then we might even, going into Monday morning, we might see a big green candle again. That's what I think. Look what happened right here. See, it came below this big green candle right in the center. The red candles came below, okay? It even came below this support, which looked like a strong support, and then it went down here. But then you saw a huge green candle just propel it up past resistance and then up to here. Now, it could be a head and shoulders pattern that we're seeing, being formed, or it could blast sometime in the morning tomorrow. We could see a green candle blast past resistance and up even more. All right, that's what I think will happen, because what happened over here, you saw it go down. A lot of people thought it was going to dump. Just like now, you see it go down, and a lot of people think it's dumping, but you know, the bulls do catch you by surprise in a bull market. It happens. Now, as far as XRP goes, I see it's at a resistance, 0.2769. Now, if it breaks this resistance, I still think it's going to go up. I think this is like a final shakeout, to be honest. A lot of people are getting nervous. A lot of people are getting scared. People are selling. The final shakeout. That's what I think. Look, it's riding this support. It's on support right now. And it's also in a falling wedge. I believe this is a great time to pick some up. But don't ever take my advice as financial advice. I've been wrong before. So don't, I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. I didn't take classes. I didn't go to college for this. Nothing like that. This is just based on my experience with falling wedges, especially rapidly falling wedges, rapidly declining. There's always a bounce after you see big red candles. There's always a bounce. So will it go above resistance? I don't know. It might create a head and shoulders, which kind of looks like, it almost looks like that might be a head and shoulders. But you know what XRP does, though? It just booms. And it's kind of been late to this alt season party. For that reason, I still think it has a lot of steam ahead of it. All right. Now, what I was saying, though, as far as regulations, I think Flexicoin will do great. I think Stellar will do great. UOS should do great. I don't see why a company like AMD would partner with them, or Ubisoft. I don't see why they would partner with them and work with them if they weren't within regulatory confines. Vechain, yeah, I mean, there's an article here, Vechain is promoted by state media in China. State media, okay? So I see Vechain being huge. And there was people saying yesterday, tweeting, should I sell my Vechain for a link? And no, I mean, I don't think so. Vechain is great. Vechain is amazing. I love Vechain. I've always loved the use case for it. It makes complete sense to me why you would use Vechain, why companies would use it. It makes complete sense to me. A lot of people are afraid of it because it's a Chinese coin. That's the only reason that it really, if it was made in America, the price would be so much higher. Trust me on that. That's why, eventually we'll see that it's nothing to be afraid of. And eventually we'll see that American companies, US companies, are going to be using Vechain. I already know of one partnership that's huge. Once it's announced, I'm not going to say it, but once it's announced, people will realize, oh, this is an American thing. This is a global thing. Vechain is not just a China coin. So that's why I will not sell my Vechain. I'm only, if anything, I'll buy more on dips. I didn't buy more today because I bought more XRP. But I wanted to, trust me, I want to buy more Vechain. I really do. I'm waiting for XRP to do its thing, take some profit out of that, buy some Vechain. I'm good on my link. I'm not going to buy something that's really up. I won't. But I'll buy more UOS. I do want to complete my stack of Flexicoin while it's still low. Flexicoin is still low, guys. Trust me on Flexicoin. So let's go down a little more. There's a lot that people are tweeting right now. People get emotional. I love it. It's a great time, great time to get everything out, ask the community their opinions. Okay, Digital Asset-esque says, has anyone actually stopped to think that the whales may be trading against XRP community sentiment? Every time I see many of the TA specialists and riddlers get caught away in the bullish momentum and promise higher prices in days, it is quickly followed by a 10% drop. And I said, you know what? It's a good thought. It could be true, When you think about it, though, who's in control of most of the XRP? Well, Ripple, of course, and then the heads, the executives at Ripple, they own a lot of XRP. Who's to say? You know, they are active in the community. A lot of these, the Twitter community especially, a lot of these execs at Ripple. But who's to say they don't have fake accounts and they're actually, you know, they're actually following the sentiment of the community? Because when sentiment's really high, that's when there's a lot of liquidity. A lot of people will buy in. But I'm not saying it's the Ripple execs who are selling. There are market makers. There are bulls out there, or not bulls, but there are whales who bought a lot to begin with, and they could be trading sentiment. That does make a lot of sense. Now, Crypto Dog says alt season. Remember, he's been around for a long time. He's been around for quite a few alt seasons. He says alt season, back to waking up, stopped out. He said stop sell orders for when it's a stop loss. That's what it's called. You set stop losses in when people trade. They set a stop loss at a certain point. So if it ever goes below that point, it automatically sells for you, right? It's a smart thing to do. If you have buy orders and sell orders, if you're buying and selling, if you're sleeping, you won't be able to sell it, you know, if it suddenly drops, but the algo will pick it up. It'll automatically sell for you. Okay, but he says alt season, back to waking up, stopped out, selling in a tether, and immediately looking for somewhere to throw that tether into. That's alt season for you. And that's why I think XRP has not run its true run yet. Trust me. It has a lot more to go. It's powerful. I love this. The thing about smart mofos is that they sound like crazy mofos to dumb mofos. I love that. That's awesome, dude. Because I feel like I'm one of the smart ones, you know, because I sound crazy, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. I just feel like the rest of the world isn't there. You know, they're not there yet. You guys, most of us are ahead of our time, really. We really are, you know. We're opportunists. We're making the best of what we can, of what we have. You know, we have it all right there at our fingertips. We have the ability to make money. Okay, we have the ability to figure out what's going on. So we do, you know, but there's a lot of people who want to call us crazy, but a lot of them are just too dumb to realize that we're actually smart. You know what I mean? It's fine with me. It's fine with me. Nikola Tesla's a great example of that. Albert Einstein, great example, right? Now this is the one I want to read. Blow to Bitcoin, a significant U.S. crypto crackdown suddenly revealed. It's tweeted out by Bank XRP. I got 12 minutes left. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read this, and then I want to show you what Swiss bank accounts are. All right. So this is written in Forbes. The U.S. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency community has had a rough week, and its future is looking bleak. This week, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin warned significant new Bitcoin and cryptocurrency regulations are on their way. Minneapolis Federal Reserve President Neil Kashkari branded cryptocurrencies a giant garbage dumpster. Ugh. And the Department of Justice called Bitcoin mixing a crime. However, the news has failed to move the Bitcoin price much, which remains up almost 50% since the beginning of the year. Mnuchin, who last year echoed U.S. President Donald Trump's criticism of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, told the Senate Finance Committee the U.S. Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, is preparing significant new requirements around cryptocurrencies and will be seeing a lot of work coming out very quickly. We want to make sure the technology moves forward, but on the other hand, we want to make sure that cryptocurrencies aren't used for the equivalent of old Swiss secret number bank accounts, okay? Now, I know what those are already. I want to show you guys what those are. Right here. All right. Now, I was looking around and I found this little article. I want to kind of, this will kind of show you what he's talking about as far as Swiss secret bank accounts, the old type, because just a few years ago they changed it up. Okay, era of bank secrecy ends as Swiss start sharing account data. Zurich. The era of mystery cloaked numbered Swiss bank accounts has officially come to a close in Switzerland, as the world's biggest center for managing offshore wealth began automatically sharing client data with tax authorities in dozens of other countries. So a lot of people would take their money and put it into Swiss bank accounts because of the privacy aspect, and that they were so private that the people who put their money in the accounts were given a number as their name, and only a few execs at the bank that they put it in knew who actually owned the account. So you could have billions and billions, trillions of dollars in an account, and barely just a few people in the world would know that it was yours. And you could evade taxes, you could take illegal gambling money, you could take illegal laundering money, you could take drug money and put it into a Swiss bank account. And that's what they did. And that's what Stephen Mnuchin's talking about. So what they're trying to really do is wean out the criminals. And once they get this whole thing straightened out, it'll be good, you know. But look, you guys, we're going to a cashless society. It's happening regardless if you like it or not. I don't care. It's happening. I've gotten used to it already. I kind of like the convenience. You know, what am I going to do to stop it? Nothing. So I'm going to make the best of it and figure out while I still can, how to make millions of dollars, okay? Capitalizing on this, okay? The ones within regulations are going to do well, okay? Just remember that. So I'm going to go on with this Forbes article here. Last year, Mnuchin warned that Bitcoin will not be widely used in 10 years' time, and he actually said 5 or 6 years. I remember that specifically. He said, you will not even hear about Bitcoin in 5 or 6 years. And that it could be considered a U.S. national security risk. Meanwhile, adding to the assault on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies coming out of the U.S. this week, Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashari said that cryptocurrencies lack the basic characteristics of any stable currency. The reason that the dollar has value is because the U.S. government has a legal monopoly on producing the dollar. And this was after he was asked whether he would want his 1-year-old daughter to be gifted a treasury bond or a Bitcoin for her next birthday. But you got to remember, the Federal Reserve is full of liars too. I just want you to remember that. The Federal Reserve is full of a bunch of liars, not all of them, but they are crooks. You know, the Federal Reserve is the central bank, okay? Remember that it's run by crooks. In the virtual currency and cryptocurrency world, there are thousands of these garbage coins out there. Literally, people have been fleeced for tens of billions of dollars. Finally, the SEC is getting involved in cracking down on this. And who has been working with the SEC? Who's had people from the SEC join the Ripple team, come over and be employees of Ripple? Well, Ripple has, okay? So guys, I mean, it's, you know, it's right there for us to research and figure out, but the price is so low, people think it's junk. People just think XRP is junk. But same as silver. Silver's not junk, but they suppress the price. They manipulate it somehow, right? Through derivatives and paper trading. They get it really low, so people don't even want to buy it because it's so cheap. There must be something wrong with it, right? All right, guys, I just want to leave you with that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. HODL strong. And even if it dips a little lower, if it keeps going lower, I think the time is coming soon. It could be one last final shakeout or something like that. All right, guys, I love you guys. HODL strong. Crypto Mike out. Peace.